Hermes Chthonian, guardian of my father's powers, I beg of you, be my savior and my friend now. Today I return to this land from exile. Be with me. Aid me in my wish to avenge my father. It wasn't right. He died. My father, the sacker of Troy, died violently at his wife's hand through unseen trickery. And now I stand at his burial mound. I cry to him to listen, to hear my cries through the dirt. This lock I give to the river Inachus for rearing me to manhood. And this one to you, dear father, in mourning. It's a pitiful substitute for a funeral, I know. I'm sorry that I wasn't there to grieve for your death, that I couldn't hold out my hands to you as you were carried to your grave. What's this? Who are these women and why are they dressed for a funeral? Has a new tragedy fallen on the house, or am I right to assume they bring libation? To try and appease my father's ghost. It can't be anything else. Is that Electra? My sister. She looks awful, ruined by her tears. Zeus, grant me vengeance for my father's death. Let it happen, be my ally. Pylades, let's hide over here, so I may learn more of why these women have come here.
We have come from the house in procession, bearing libations to the dead, hands in their practiced rhythm of grief tear my cheeks to crimson, my nails carving open old wounds. I'll find linens and weavings are destroyed, ripped up in grief.
The screams of nightmares from the palace were piercing and shrill. It made your hair stand on end. Something evil was breathing out of her dream.
It was in the dead of night, a scream of terror from the Queen's quarters, waking all the women. An interpreter was called and said the dead demands their dues.
So she sends us here with these empty gifts, trying to avert disaster. Godless woman, what good will these do? His blood is already spilt.
This house has nothing left but tears. It's razed to the ground. Its sun was eclipsed with the death of its master. I fear this night will never end.
Earth has drunk our children's blood and choked on the clots. The blood stains the guilty in irrecoverable disease. The blood from the virgin, the blood from the dead. Neither can be recovered, as we learned well at Troy. Any attempt to wash away the stain of pollution is in vain.
I lost my home, our city, through war. I was stolen from my father's house, enslaved, led away.
It's not right, but I must choke down the inner violence in my heart, my bitter loathing. I weep as I am commanded, for my master's fortunes and my own secret sorrows.
Servants, keepers of our house, since you're here with me, please, give me advice. What am I to say as I offer these gifts? How am I to speak to my father? How am I to pray to him? I can't say I bring them from his loving wife, my mother. I don't have the words to say to him. Or should I speak to him like a son would? That he should well repay me for these offerings as my devotion deserves? Or do I say nothing, dishonoring him just how he died? Once I had poured this libation for the earth to drink, do I just go? Throw away the vessel and avert my eyes? Share the responsibility for this decision, my friends. We share our hatred for his killers. Don't keep silent through fear of me. What is destined waits for the free, as well as those subject to another's hand. Please, tell me if you have anything better than this.
When you make the libations, say good words to those with good intentions.
Oh, which of those dear to me am I to name as that?
Yourself first, and anyone who hates against us.
Well, then I will make this prayer for me and you together, lest I'd number so few.
Remember Orestes, although he is abroad.
That's well said, and not the least at your advice.
And while you remember him, upon those guilty of the murder,
But what do I say? Please tell me, I have no experience.
pray there comes upon them some god or man.
A judge, you mean, or a just avenger?
State it simply. Someone to kill them in return.
But can I ask for that? Is it right?
And why not? To requite an enemy with harm for harm.
Hermes Chthonian, carry my cry to the gods below the earth. Make them hear my prayer as they watch over my father's house. And to earth herself, who gives birth to all things, nurtures them and takes their dead back in again. As I pour these libations, I call upon my father. Take pity on me, and kindle our dear Orestes as a light in this house. We are outcasts now, sold by a mother in exchange for a man. Aegisthus, her accomplice in your murder. But I'm like a slave myself. Well, Orestes is an exile from his property, and their great and extravagant luxuries are the fruit of your labor, so I pray to you that by some fortune Orestes may return here. You must hear me, Father. Let me be much more pure than my mother. Let my hands work with greater piety. Those are the prayers I say for ourselves. And for our enemies, I pray for your avenger to appear, Father, and for your killers to die justly in return. By speaking this curse, I set it upon motion. And for me, send up the good, I ask you. Send up my victory.
Let your tears fall, splashing for your master who died, onto this tomb here for good men, this defense against pollution. Now the libations are poured. Listen, please, Majesty. Listen, Master, with your mind in darkness.
Now my father can drink up his libations. Look, Worcester, come, look at it with me. What's a lock of hair cut here in the tomb?
Who could it be from?
Nobody other than an enemy.
Well, to look at it, this lock seems very like...
Whose hair?
Well, my own. Oh, well, it's very similar, don't you see?
You surely don't think this is a secret gift from Orestes?
It's his hair whom it resembles.
But how did Orestes dare to come here?
Has he cut and sent the lock to honor his father?
What you say makes me no less ready with my tears, if he has never set foot in this land.
A surge of bitterness has reached my heart too. But it shot me like an arrow. Oh, my tears are like a winter storm, they cannot be contained now I've seen this lock of hair. How can I know it's from someone else? I swear it wasn't she, his killer. I won't call her mother. She doesn't deserve the title for how she's treated her children, but to outright admit that this is from my dearest Orestes. Well, hope of this do fall on me. Oh, if only you could talk to me like a messenger, so that I wasn't shaking with uncertainty, and you could tell me if you're from my enemy's head or my brother's. You could share my sorrow, a glory for this tomb and an honor to my father. So I call upon the gods. They know the kinds of storms which swirl around us like sailors and... Well, if we're destined to reach safety, a little seed might grow into a great tree. Look, footprints, further evidence.
Tell the gods your prayers have been answered.
Why? What help am I getting thanks to the gods at this moment?
Well, you're in sight of the very person you were praying for just now.
And how can you know who I was praying for?
I am aware that you are wonderfully intent upon Orestes.
Oh, and just how have I obtained my prayers?
Here. Here I am. Seek me no more.
You want to weave some kind of trickery around me?
If I am in that case, I'm forming schemes against myself.
Oh, you want to laugh at me in my misery?
In our misery, in that case, if I truly am laughing at yours.
Why? Is it her actually Orestes I'm talking to? Is it you?
Yes. And though you see me, you are slow to know. But when you saw this hair and these footprints, you knew me through them. Take this piece of weaving. It's your handiwork. With its image of a bee. Control yourself. Do not let your mind be overcome with joy. I know that our nearest and dearest are bitterly against us.
You dearest darling of our father's house, you are the hope we've been weeping over. Oh, to see your face delights me. Well, you'll have to fulfill 4 roles now. Well, I am compelled to address you as father. And it falls to me to show you the love I would towards our mother.
No.
For she is most justly detestable. And to our sister, who was ruthlessly sacrificed. And you were my faithful brother, quite alone in showing me respect. You will recover your father's house.
Oh, if only might and justice with Zeus the Saviour may be with me. Zeus! Observe our circumstances here. See the children left behind by an eagle father, killed in the twisted coils of a dreadful viper. Starving hunger presses hard on us orphans, for we are not yet grown enough to bring a father's prey to nest. This is the state in which you find both myself and her. I mean Electra. Children, deprived of their father, and both of us exiles from our house. You could never again send mankind trustworthy signs if you destroy the eagle's nestlings. Just as this royal stock, once it is all withered, will not help at your altar on days of sacrifice. Take the house into your care, and from little you would raise it up to greatness. Though now it seems quite fallen.
Children, you saviours of your father's house, be quiet, so that no one may hear and report this to those in power.
If only I may see them dead upon dead, fire using pitch.
Apollo will not betray me, I tell you. He ordered me go through the danger. Loud and often he cried out, proclaiming ruin, or wintry cold to strike up into my heart's warmth if I do not pursue those guilty for my father's death. He says I am to kill them in return, and am to pay for this with my own dear life, and of much unpleasant evils, maddened like a bull in punishment which would deprive me from my property. Apollo's words to men in part revealed angry acts from the earth's hostile powers, and in part decreed diseases that invade the flesh. Ulcers eating away at me with cruel jaws, and white hairs springing up on those lesions. And it spoke of further visitations from Furies, exacted for a father's blood. Those below have a weapon from the dark, from men killed within their family in supplicating vengeance. It is madness and empty terror in the night. It attacks, it harasses, it drives a man from his city, his body maimed, under a yoke or beaten, brought to no one either welcomes or shares roof with such a man who, lacking all honor and friends, dies in time with a dry as a mummy in an evil death of total extinction. And not such oracles to be trusted. Even if I do not trust them, the deed has to be done. There are many desires falling together into one. There are the gods' commands, and my own great grief for my father. And besides, it oppresses me to be deprived of my property, in that our citizens, who have the finest glory among men and honor in their heart for the sacking of Troy, should not be subject to this pair of women. why the man is effeminate at heart, and if not, he shall soon find out.
O you great powers of fate, may Zeus grant an ending here, in which justice changes to our side.
As justice says, in return for hostile words, let hostile word be paid. In return for bloody blow, let bloody blow repay.
Father, my father in doom, what word or action of mine might reach you where you are held in death's sleep? The lament is said to be pleasing to the Atreidae who lie in front of her house.
My son, this dead man's proud spirit is not subdued in fire's ravening mouths, but shows its anger later on.
The dead of a whale, the one doing harm revealed, lamenting rouses the dead.
Oh, Father, hear our sorrows and our many tears. See your two children here at your tomb, voices raised loud in their grief. Both exiles and suppliants, no grave is there heard. What here is good, and what without evil? Or is the ruin not beyond reversal? Now it is threefold.
Yes, but out of this still, the god, if he wishes, may make your loud singing more cheerful. Hymns at the palace instead of dirges at the tomb.
If only there under Troy some Lycian with his spear father had cut you down. You'd have bequeathed fame in your house, founded a life for your children, and in lands overseas had your tomb heaped high. An easier thing for your house to bear.
He's conspicuous below the earth, among comrades who died bravely at Troy.
An honoured and majestic lord. He is great there among the dead, for he was a sovereign while he lived. His hands holding fate's appointment, and a sceptre of which all men obeyed.
Not even under Troy's walls do I wish you had died, Father. Buried in his commander's forge with the other folk slain by the spear. I wish your killers had died so. Laid low in bringing fate to enemy for someone far off to find, unaffected by these troubles here.
You are wishing for things beyond the Tower of Gold. Greater, my child, than any great fortune.
Wish for them you can. Yet here is the flood of the double lash coming. Orestes has eyed below earth already, and our ruler's hands are impure.
They are the bringers of these hateful sorrows, but they have come instead to its children.
That went straight through my ears, like a bolt striking. Zeus. Zeus! You send up from below punishment for mortals reckless and criminal hands. Likewise for the parents shall it be paid.
Oh, to chant a piercing victory cry over the man when he is struck, and that woman when she is slain. How I wish it. Why hide that which hovers in the front of my mind, when my heart's anger's blowing fiercely from the prow in rancorous loathing?
May Zeus, Almighty, launch his hand to strike them! Cleaving their heads in two, from the adust, just as that I demand. Hear me, in view and honor below.
Certainly, there is a law, the blood, dripping to the earth, demands another's blood. The havoc from those slain before shouts of fury on who bring fresh ruin upon ruin.
Oh, Mora, you underworld rulers. Look, you mighty furies of the slain. See here the remnants of the house of the Atreidae, helpless exiles from their house in dishonor. Zeus, which way to turn?
My own heart too has been trembling in turn when I hear this piteous cry. At times I scarcely have hope, but when you say these things to strengthen me,
New courage moves the stress away. What should we tell you, Father, for success? All that hurt from a parent, yes, from her. Formed she may, but there is no denying it. Wolf-like and savage, my heart has a rage no mother's fawning will soothe.
The beat of my grief was relentless, and its measures were those of a wailing woman. Hands hitting relentlessly, wandering, ceaselessly bruising me. Reaching right down from above, down from a head ringing, and sounding from blows in my wretchedness.
Brutal. You were so brutal, mother! So cruel! With the funeral then, cruel enough to bury a king with his people not there. Your husband without mourning, with no lament.
Wholly dishonored, you say? She shall pay then for my father's dishonor. Oh, to take her life from her, and then to die!
Mutilated too he was, you must know. And the deed was hers who buried him like that, a butchered carcass.
Seeking to make your father's death unbearable for your own life.
Listen to your father's torment and dishonor.
You tell of my father's dying, but they kept me away in dishonor, worth no regard. Fenced up inside like a dangerous dog, tears rising readier than laughter so being poured out in my isolated lament.
Yes, tell him, help your words pierce his ears to his mind's quiet depths. His fight needs unbending resolve.
Father, Father, be with your son.
And my voice calls you too, in my tears.
Our side is loud in its cry, all as one.
Hear us, come into the light. Be with us now against our enemy.
War will meet war, and justice meet justice.
You gods, injustice sanction my prayer. What is destined has been waiting long. Well, it may well come to those who pray for it. The troubles of this house born in it, and the discordant music of roots bloody stroke. Oh, harsh, unbearable song! Oh, harsh, unstoppable anguishes is the house that must stanch and yield us with no help from outside but by itself, because of strife, bloody and raw. Or the gods below the earth, this is their hymn. Hear this invocation, you blessed underworld dead. Now be eager to send the children aid to their victory.
Father, your death was not kingly. Grant me now power over your house.
Father, I too have a request from you. To escape great misery by inflicting it on Augustus.
Yes, because if you grant us this, you would never go hungry, even down in the earth, or else you will be starved, without any blood sacrifices.
And I will bring you libations at my wedding out of my inheritance from your house. The first of these special honors will be this tomb.
Ah, send up my father to watch over the fight.
Oh, Persephone, grant us well his power in all his strength.
Remember how your life was taken from you, Father.
And remember how they weaved a net to throw over you.
It was no iron which had you trapped, Father.
Oh, yes, and covering shamefully devised.
Are you not roused to waking by these insults, Father?
You're lifting your head, which we hold so dear.
Either send justice as ally to your friends, or else grant our seizing an equal hold in power if you truly wish to return victory for defeat.
Hear this final cry too, Father. See your nestlings here seated at your tomb. Take pity on your daughters and the sons lament together.
And do not wipe out the descendants of the Philopatai, for in this way you are not dead, not even though you die. A man's fame is maintained by his children. Listen to us! These lamentations are for you. We tell you, your preservation lies in under our words here!
Now, there can be no blame for you two and your successes here. It is compensation to the tomb for its unlamented fortunes.
But now, to action. Since your mind is rightly set on that, you must try your fortune and act now.
It shall be done. But now, tell me, why did she send these libations? For what reason? It's far too late to make amends for a harm beyond healing. I could not imagine why this was. The gifts do not make up for our offense. Tell me if in fact you know.
I do know, my son, for I was there. It was nightmares that made the godless woman shudder and send these libations.
And have you heard details of this dream enough to give a true account?
She dreamt she gave birth to a snake. She tells it herself.
And how does her story end?
She laid it up swaddling like a child.
And how did she feed it, this newborn monstrosity?
She gave it to her own breast in the dream.
Did it not harm her?
It did. It drew a clot of blood out with her milk.
This vision should not prove idle, I am certain.
She shrieked in terror in her sleep, waking everyone up. Many lights blazed up in the house, which the dark had put out like blinded eyes. Then she sends these morning libations, hoping for some surgeon's cure for her troubles.
I pray to the earth here, and to my father's tomb, that this dream may be fulfilled. It seems fitting, for if the snake left the same place as I and was wrapped in my swaddling, and drank from the same breast which nurtured me, mingling its loving milk with a clot of blood, and if then she wailed in fright at this evil experience, clearly she is to die violently for nurturing this ghastly portent. And I have been made into the snake, and I'm to kill her as this dream foretells.
I choose your interpretation of this portent.
I hope it turned out that way.
Now, talk your friend through the plan, ordering action for some and for others to do nothing.
Well, it is simply said. Electra here is to go inside. I urge you to keep these arrangements secret. So that's for killing a man of high honor by trickery. You may be caught by trickery too. Hung in the same noose, just as Apollo declares. He is a prophet without falsity. I shall come in the guise of a stranger to the outer doors, together with this man here, Pylades, a guest friend and fighting ally to the house. And we shall both of us speak Parnassian, imitating the sound of the Phocian language. And if none of the doorkeepers should receive us cheerfully, for the house is possessed by evil, we shall wait as we are. So that anyone who passes by will say, just why is Aeschylus keeping his door closed against the suppliant if he's inside and is aware of him? But if I actually get across the thresholds of the outer doors and see him sitting on my father's throne, or if he actually comes out and speaks to me, face to face, you can be sure, before he can say, what country is the stranger from? I'll make a corpse of him, covering him in blows from my swift blade. The fury will not be stinted of bloodshed unless you will drink pure blood to the third draught. You must therefore now keep a guard upon things inside, so that all this succeeds in fitting closely together. Keep your tongues to what is auspicious. Silence when necessary, and speaking only when opportune. As for the rest, I call on Apollo to watch over in this direction, and to bring me victory in the battle where I take my sword.
The earth nurtures many terrors which frighten and cause grief.
The ocean's rounded arms teem with hostile, brute creatures.
Lightning, too, high in the air between, brings harm to both winged and walking things.
And there are tempests with their angry winds.
But a man too bold in spirit, who is to tell of him?
Or a woman's reckless minds, with their bold passion which calls men's ruin.
Passion rules the female, selfishly subverting the bond which unites in shared dwellings brute creatures and mankind alike.
Remember her aunt Althea, the daughter of Vestatus. She murdered her own son. The fates had told her her son would live as long as a log went unburnt. She burnt them all up anyway, burning him alive.
Oh, and what about Scylla? All it took was a golden necklace from Minos to make her kill her father. Greedy bitch. She cut off his hair and took his life away with it while he slept.
While we're on the topic, what about their marriage? Hated by the house. The woman's evil plans against her husband. Respected even by his enemies.
The best type of home is one without passion, where women are never bold enough to think they can have control.
We all agree that the massacre of Lemnos is the greatest evil we know of. Yet the fate of this house brings a fresh horror. People are comparing Argos to Lemnos. In an outrage hateful to God, a whole country of men are murdered by their wives. None of them feared the god's anger.
Out of all of these examples, are they unjust? They are a sword to go near my lungs, its point piercing as it wounds all the way through, because justice is being trampled and healed into the ground against all rights, men offending the majesty of Zeus absolutely in ways not lawful.
But justice has her foundation laid. Fate is early to the forge as her swordsmith. The child of older, bloody murders is being brought as well into the house, to pay for their pollution at the last, by the famous deep scheming Fury.
Slave! Slave there! Hear the knocking at the outer doors, slave! Who's in the house? One more time. Who's in the house? Slave! This is my third call for someone to come outside the house if it even welcomes guests because of a distance.
All right, I hear you. What country's a stranger from? Where are you from?
Take a message to the masters of the house. They're the ones I've come to, and with news. Besides, it's the hour for travellers to let down their anchor in a house open to guests. Have someone with authority in the house come out, the lady in charge. A man. A man is more seemly. A man speaks to another man with confidence and reveals his meaning with clarity.
Strangers, please say if there is anything you need. All the kinds of things proper to the house are near to hand. Hot baths, fresh meat, as well as bedding to soothe weariness, and the presence of honest, faceless. If there's need of anything requiring more deliberation, it is a work for men. And I shall communicate it to them.
A stranger I am indeed, a Dorian from Phocis. I was on my way to Argos, exactly where I've ended my journey here, when a man fell in with me. We were unknown to each other. And after he'd questioned me about my route, he told me his name was Strophius Devotion. He said, "Since you're going to Argos in any case, stranger, you can remember to tell his parents that Orestes is dead. Don't forget it in any way. Then his family can decide whether to bring him home or bury him there as a settler, in exile for all eternity. Convey these instructions back again. The walls of a bronze urn now contain the man's ashes. He has been well mourned." That's as much as I heard. Whether I'm actually speaking to those in authority in his relations, I do not know. But it is reasonable for a parent to know.
Oh, me! Alas, you speak of our utter ruin! Oh, you curse upon this house so hard to wrestle down! You watch over so much, even what was sent well out of the way. With arrows well sighted from afar, you overcome and strip me of my dear ones, of my utter misery. And now Orestes, he was well sighted in moving his feet clear of destruction's mire, but now this very hope, which was healer of all the evil revelry in our house, you must write down as traitorous.
I'd rather have come with good news, but I'd be impious not to tell you as I'd promised.
Be sure you will not receive any less than you deserve, nor that you be less of a friend in the house. Another could equally have come to bring this message. But it is well time for guests who've been a whole day on a long journey to receive what is appropriate to them. Lead him to the house, to our hospitable men's quarters, alongside his fellow traveller here, and there let them have what is appropriate to the house. I shall communicate this to the house's rulers. There's no shortage of friends' deliberation in this disaster.
Well then, loyal servants of the house, how then should we speak as to aid Orestes? O holy and sovereign earth, this high-mounded tomb our sovereign too, you who now lie over the general's royal body, now listen to us. Now come to aid us.
Now, the time is right for powerful persuasion to come down and join in our fight. And the moment is here for Hermes of the underworld to stand in reserve in this dark struggle where the sword deals death.
It appears our stranger is causing trouble. I can see Orestes' nurse here, all in tears.
Where are your steps taking you, Salissa? In front of the house?
The mistress told me to summon Aeschylus to the strangers as soon as possible to inquire into this newly reported account more definitely and man to man. She made a melancholy face at the servants, but she was hiding her in a laughter at things that should work out well for herself. But it's total ruin for the house according to the tale the strangers reported clearly.
Well, the story will certainly please Aeschylus. Oh, it's misery for me. The mixture of ancient griefs beyond bearing that have happened in this house agonize my heart, but never have I endured any hurt like this. Oh, my other troubles wrung me dry, but my dear Orestes, the Warwick, my being, whom I nurtured once I received him from his mother. My sweet baby. He was an infant tyrant. His shrill command set me wandering in the night, frequent and wearisome, without benefit to myself. I put up with them. The thing which cannot reason must be nurtured, just like an animal, of course with due attention. A child still in its swaddling cannot say whether hunger or its bladder affects it. And children's young stomachs are a law to themselves. I tried to divine these things in advance as laundress with the child swaddling, but I was frequently mistaken. So, launderer and nurse had the one duty. Those are my hands' two occupations in bringing up Orestes for his father. Now, he's dead. And I have the misery of learning it. I am going to fetch the man who has ruined this house foully, and he will want to hear this story.
So how do her orders tell him to come?
What do you mean with how?
Is he to come with bodyguards? Or alone?
Orders as a brigand attendants.
Then don't tell our hated master that. No, instead tell him to come cheerfully, so you don't frighten him.
Tell him to come alone, as soon as he can.
A good messenger can twist anything.
What? Are you in your right mind with the news I've just told you?
But what if its use will one day bring a wind change in our troubles?
And how? The hope for the house has perished with Orestes.
Not yet. It would be a poor prophet who gave that opinion.
What do you mean? Do you know something different than what's been told?
Go and deliver your message. Do what you were sent to do. The gods take care of whatever it is they care for.
Then I will go and do as you tell me. May it work out for the best.
Listen, Zeus. Orestes is inside the palace. Oh, set him over his enemies. If we can raise him high enough, he'll be willing to make a double or even triple repayment.
Know that the Orphean cult of the man you held dear is now setting the pace of its steps and keeping its rhythm. Grant us this sight, for his feet to win home stretching straight over the ground.
You gods too, who inside the house provide for its joy from both feet within, listen now and give us your favour.
Bring new blood to wash away the old. Bring fresh justice to the house.
And you dead, grant that the man's house may look up again in well-being.
And may we see freedom's brilliant light with welcoming eyes after the veil of darkness.
We shall be singing quite soon now. A glorious song of freedom for the house. Of wind set fair. A woman's song of magical power.
It is my game which is growing here, mine, and ruin keeps away from my friends.
Orestes, when the moment for action comes, cry out over her appeal of, "No, my son!"
Yeah, say, "No, my fathers!" Then go to complete a ruin which brings you no closure.
Keep courage in your heart for your friends below the earth and those above. Perform this duty and grace.
You must be like Perseus and make bloody ruin of a noxious Gorgon inside the house, a death which of hollow freeze of guilt.
I am not here unsummoned, but in answer to a message. There is a rumor, I am told, of a man bringing news in no way desired of the death of Orestes. For this house to have to bear this as well would be a burden, dripping blood, when it has open wounds and lacerations from killings in the past. What of this? Am I to think of this as true and living fact, or are these the frightful tales of women which spring up into the air but die with no effect? What more can you tell me of this to get it clear in my mind?
We did hear, but go inside and inquire from the strangers.
There's nothing as strong in messengers as the inquiry one man makes for himself from another.
I want to meet this man and interrogate him well, whether he himself was close to the dying Orestes, or if he heard of this through faint rumor. He will not deceive a man who has good eyes.
What am I to say? How shall I begin these prayers and invocations to the gods?
Now, the polluted cutting of the cleavers which butcher men is destined either to make destruction of Agamemnon's house absolute for all time,
Or by kindling fire and light to signal his freedom, Orestes shall have the rule to manage the city, possessions of his ancestors' great wealth.
such as a battle which godlike Orestes is destined to join against who has fallen Mercury, or may it be for victory.
What?
What was that?
How do things stand?
How is the axe fallen in the house?
Come, let us stand aside from the business as it reaches its fulfillment, as if being innocent of these troubles.
Oh, woe, oh, utter woe, for our master who is slain, Aeschylus is no more. Come, quickly now, and unto the past woman's doors. But this need for someone young and strong, but not to help those who be dead, of course not. Hello? Help! I'm shouting to the deaf! I'm calling in vain to those uselessly asleep! Where's Clytemnestra gone? What's she doing?
It seems her head is now about to fall at the butcher's block, with Justice the striker.
What's the matter? What with this shouting for help? Help for the house?
The dead! We're killing the living, I tell you!
I understand the meaning from the riddle. Chicory will be all dead, just as we killed Vine. Someone hand me an axe to slay a man at once! Let us see if I am to win or lose the victory. So this is where I have come to, in our evil business.
It's you I'm seeking. This one here has all he needed. You love this man. Then you shall lie in the same tomb, and you shall not desert him. Now he is dead.
Oh, stop, my son! Hold fast and respect for this breast. You often snapped at it whilst drawing out its rich milk.
Pylades, if such respect stopped me from killing my mother.
If you let us sway you, you abandon Apollo. Let the cursing proves if you fail.
A judge, you have the victory. Your advice is good. Follow me! Right by this man's side is where I wish your slaughter. Because whilst alive you thought him superior to my father, so you will sleep with him when you are dead. Since you love this man, but hate the one who should have had your love.
I nurtured you, and I want you with me as I go home.
Or will I share my house with my father's killer?
Fate has some responsibility for that, my child.
Well, fate has dealt you this death too.
Have you no reverence for a parent's fury?
No, all you did was give me birth. Then you threw me out into harsh fortune!
Indeed, I did not throw you out. It was into the house of a friend.
It was an outrage to be sold away when I was a free man's son.
And what prize did I receive in return?
I feel shame at putting that reproach to you plainly.
Do not speak unless you speak equally of your father's folly.
That's my fault! When my father's one would walk, have you ever done?
It is painful for a wife to be separated from her husband.
But it is a husband's toil, which maintains them when they sit indoors.
You are about to murder your own mother.
You've already killed yourself. I'm not doing anything.
Be on your guard for a mother's fury heart. And
how am I to succeed and escape my father's furies if I fail now?
I seem to be singing the dirge to my tune. Alive, but with no effect.
It was my father's destiny which determined this death of yours.
Ah, me alive. So this is the snake I gave birth to and nurtured. My dreams are truly prophetic.
You killed the man. You shouldn't. So you must suffer the thing you shouldn't!
I lament even these two in a noble disaster. But now that Orestes come to the most extreme of these many bloodsheds, Artemis is for the eye of the house not to fall utterly in destruction.
At last, justice comes to Troy, heavy in the punishment it brings to Agamemnon's house. A war at home for the war abroad.
Come, cry celebration for our master's house, escaping its evil and wealth's erosion by two polluters.
Justice has breathed destruction on her foes. They'll be killed through deception, just as they deserve.
The gods have prevailed. Apollo's words were clear. He refuses to serve wicked men.
The light is here for you and all to see. The house is freed of its slavery.
Rise up! Rise up! Their boot has been on your neck for too long.
Soon now, as absolute head of his house, Orestes will come through the doorway with cleansing to expel ruin's destruction. The house's fortunes, their glad faces seen in everything shall turn out in glory again. Their favour comes as they move to live in the house.
Hello, Father. See the two tyrants which ruled the land. The ransackers of the house who killed my father! They had the state. He sat on her lap as she took the throne. And they are making love even now. And their marriage oath holds by its pledges. No, they swore it upon my poor father's death. Till death do we part. And here their oath holds true. And see, as you hear these troubles told, the thing which bound my poor father. Stretch it out and stand in a circle. Show the thing which covered a man, so that a father may see, not my own Father, but the Almighty Father, so that I may have a witness in justice one day that I pursued this death justly, my own mother's. Aeschylus' death I do not count for. He has had the justice customary for an adulterer. What would I be correct in calling this thing with temperate words a thing to catch a wild beast? Oh, An old man's wrap, handed over him down to his feet. You might rather call this a net and snare with foot-length roving to trap his legs. It's the kind of thing a cheating rogue would get for himself, with a habit of swindling strangers and a life spent stealing money. His trickery with it would do away with many men who bring his heart much war. And what of the mother who contrived this hateful thing against the husband whose children she carried heavy in her womb? They were dear to her for a while, but now a bad enemy. What do you think, Fa? If she had been born a sea snake or viper, would she have caused disease with her mere touch? If you were one of the lucky few she hadn't bitten, thanks to her audacity and lawless spirits. I wish to share my house with no such mate. May the gods kill me first, and turn last!
Sorrow for these unhappy deeds. You were done away in a hateful death. Oh, sorrow.
But suffering's bloom is looming for another.
Did she do it? Or not do it? This rogue is my witness that Aeschylus' sword dyed it. The ooze of blood contributes over time to spoiling the many dyes in the embroidery. I praise my father now, and lament him now as I stand here, addressing this woven thing which killed him! I grieve for the deeds and the suffering, and the whole family. And there can be no envy for the pollution my victory here brings me.
There's no mortal man who passes life without harm with no price to pay.
One misery is now, another is soon on its way.
You know, I have no knowledge of how this will end. I am like a charioteer, with his horse well off the track. I am carried away. Overcome my senses, hard to control fear, sings its song close to my heart, and my heart is ready, dance, to rap its tune. But whilst I still have my reason, I proclaim and tell all my friends that it was not without justice that I killed my mother, the polluter who killed my father, and an abomination to the gods. And the inducement of this resolute act I attribute mostly to Apollo, who told me I was to be without the evil of guilt if I did these things. But if I failed, I will not speak of the punishments, for no one will come within a bowshot of describing his torment. And now, you see me about to go in supplication to the shrine at Delphi. Apollo's holy harp with its bright fire called undying to flee the pollution my mother's killing brings me. I tell all our guides to remember for me in later time the evils that we hear, and to be my witness when Elias comes. I am a wanderer, an exile for all eternity, hunted by living and dead with this fame left behind me.
But what you did was good. Do not take your tongue to things of bad omen.
Now,
Now you have set all of Argos' city free by your clean severance of the 2 snake heads.
Oh, these snake women, like organs with their dark clothing and snakes twined thickly in the hair. I can't stay here longer.
What fantasies are swirling you round, you dearest of men to your father?
Hold on, do not be afraid. Your victory is great.
They are not fancy. The torments I see here are clearly my mother's rancorous furies.
That is because the blood is still fresh on your hands. This is the source of the agitation now invading your mind.
Apollo, they're here. We're multiplying now. They drip and trickle from their eyes. Loads of them.
You have a single means to purification. Apollo's title set you free of these torments.
You don't see them yourselves, but I can see them. I'm being driven. I tell you, I can't stay here longer.
I honor her, the first prophet, and so she is first in my crown. And after her, Themis, the second to sit at her mother's oracle here, as one story has it. The third to have this office assigned, at Themis's wish, and with no violence to anyone, was another of Earth's daughters, Phoebe. She it was who gave this office as a birthday gift to Phoebus Apollo, who has his name from hers. He left Delos with its lake and spine of rock. He beached on Athena's shore where the ships put in and came all the way up this land to his seat at Parnassus. The sons of Hephaestus escorted him here with great reverence and made a road for him, taming untamed land. After his arrival, the people magnify him in honor, as does Delphos, this land's lord and helmsman. Zeus inspired Apollo's mind with skill, setting him as the fourth prophet to take the throne here. And so Apollo is his father Zeus's spokesman. I give special honor in my words to Athena and to the nymphs of Corycus's rocky cave, welcoming to birth. Dionysus has possessed this place, and I do not omit his mention, since the time he led his army of Bacchants as their god, blotting a death for Pentheus like a hare's. Now, I must take my place at the oracle. I pray I may be granted better success, by far, than at my entrances before. If there be any Greeks among you, let them come as the lot assigns them in the normal manner, for I came for my prophecies as Apollo relieved me.
sprang out of Apollo's house, so that they have no strength, and cannot stand upright, running on my hands without the quickness of feet and legs. I went to the inner temple with its many garlands, and what do I see at the navel stone? A man, polluted before God, sitting in supplication, his hands dripping with blood, and holding a new drawn sword. With these details, my account will be clear. In front of this man, an amazing band is asleep, of women, but I do not mean women, but gorgons. Then again, I cannot describe these as gorgon figures. I did see those in a painting once before. These, however, had no wings and were just, well, like that. Utterly revolting in their manner. Their eyes ran with a loathsome fluid. This pollution is not fit to be wrought, be God's images. Or in men's houses. Whatever happens now is Apollo's concern. He is master of this house, both doctor and diviner, interpreter of portents, and cleanser of others' houses.
I will not betray you, no. But, rather, through to the end, I will be your guard, both when I stand near you, and when I am far away. I will not be gentle with your enemies. And now you see them. These rabid creatures. Oh, they have fallen into sleep. Abominations that they are. Maidens in old age. Ancient children. Who no god mixes with, nor man nor beast ever, since their sphere is the wicked dark of Tartarus below the earth. They are objects of hate to both men and the Olympian gods. But you shall make your escape from them. And don't go all soft, for they will drive you throughout all the land as their steps take you constantly wandering the earth. Don't weary before then by brooding on this ordeal. But go to Athens, seat yourself there, clasping Athena's ancient statue, and there we shall find judges for this matter, and my words will win them over at once, and release you from these miseries. The fact is, I did persuade you to kill your own mother. Remember that. Don't let fear overcome your mind. Hermes, my dearest brother, shepherd this suppliant of mine, guard over this mortal. Zeus respects his sanctity in outcasts.
Then too, what's the use of your sleeping? Here I am, dishonored like this among the other dead because of you! But the slave ceaselessly reproaching me for those I have killed. And I wonder, in shame, I tell you solemnly that they accuse me of very much, although I have suffered so terribly by my closest kin. Not one divine power is angry on my account, although I was slaughtered by the hand of the matricide. See these blows. See them with your heart. The mind asleep is given clear light by the eyes. You have licked up many enough things from me. Libations without wine, plain offerings of appeasement, meals too, solemnized by the night at burning altar heard, were my sacrifices, at an hour shared by no god. Yet here I see all these heels, and shortened down while the boy has made his escape and is gone! Like a young deer. He leaped from your next mist, and he is making a great mocking leer at you. Hear me. I am talking about my existence. Give it some thought. You goddesses under the earth. I am Clytemnestra, and I call upon you in your dream! Give up, then do, while the boy is already far away his escape. Suppliants are no friends of mine. Oh, are you too sleepy? You have no pity for my suffering. This is the mother Orestes murdered, and now he is gone. You were. You are sleepy. Hurry up! And get up! What other work is set for you than to wreak evil? Sleep and weariness have conspired against you. They drain this dreadful sap with energy.
Season.
But your mind hurts.
Yes, you are dreaming. You are chasing a wild beast and baying like a hound which never gives up its intent on the work. Get up. What are you doing? Get up! Do not let weariness overcome you. Do not forget to do harm because sleep has softened you. Feel the pain from my just reproaches deep in your heart. They are like goads to rifle mine. Watch your bloody breath at the mouth. Wither him and ends the fire from your face. Oh, keep with him. Waste him away. Pursue him again!
Wake her up!
Wait, this one here as well. And I'll do the same for you.
You're asleep? Get up! Kick slumber away!
Let's see if any of that prelude is in vain.
Oh, the outrage! We have suffered, my friends!
We have suffered.
I laboured so much, and all of it in vain!
We have suffered a blow hard to heal.
It hacked us! An unbearable wrong!
The beast has slipped from our nets and is gone.
Sleep and I lost my prey.
Lord above, you thief! Young god against old, you have worn me down.
And the suppliant has your respect. A godless man and cruel to his parents. You stole the match side away. You, a god.
Which of these things will be said to be just? We get abuse which came in dreams, while she struck me like a chariot driver with a spur in my side, like a peal beating, deep to my heart, deep to my core. Frozen agony to have.
Such things as these are done by younger gods with power wholly beyond justice.
Apollo's throne is dripping with blood, all round its head, all round its foot.
I can see Delphi before me. It has taken his bloodshed on. A terrible defilement, horrific to see.
A prophet with pollution sitting over her. He has tainted this place. His own urge, his own call.
Just because he likes Orestes, a godless man, means he is allowed to destroy his ancient fight.
He will not release this boy. He isn't supposed to be free even in death.
He must reign forever. A suppliant still. He shall get another vengeful power on his head.
Go out of my house! I command you, or else I will shoot. I hope the pain will make you bleed out the dark blood you have stolen. It is quite improper that you should come to this temple. Wouldn't you rather go where justice is decapitation, gouged out eyes and slaughtered throats? Where boys' youthful virility is foully destroyed by castration? Where extremities are amputated and stonings done? Where men, impaled up onto their spines, scream long and piteously. Do you hear it? That is the kind of celebration you love. This is why all the gods hate you. It's clear just from being around you, creatures like you should inhabit the cave of a blood-drinking blood! Not rub off your defilement on nearby people in this place of oracles. Go on your way now, grazing around a herdsman, for a flock like yours has no god's friendly favor.
Lord, Hunger, Henriette, you yourself are no mere accomplice in these things, but have been the single agent completely taking the whole responsibility.
How so then? Go on, speak up.
Was it your instruction for the stranger Orestes to kill his mother?
It was my oracle's injunction to bring vengeance for his father. Of course.
And did you promise to give refuge to the murderer with the blood still fresh on him?
I ordered him to turn to this temple for safety.
And yet, you then abuse us for escorting him on his mission here.
Yes, for you are not fit to come to this temple.
But this is our prescribed duty.
What duty is this?
It's our job. We matricides from their houses.
What about the woman who did away with her husband? Where were you then?
Her killing wasn't murder of her own blood.
So, you reject the bond of marriage, the bond of love, origin of all life. A man and a wife's marriage bed is the most sacred oath that there is if you do not torment them when they kill one another. Hey, you are driving Orestes into exile quite unjustly. Clearly, you're more harsh in his case than her. Athena,
will preside over this case, since clearly you cannot reason.
We will never leave this man alone.
In that case, go on. Pursue him. Tire yourselves out.
Don't you try to disrupt my duty with what you say!
I wouldn't even agree you have a duty.
No! Because yours have been handed to you, along with the place where these throats.
I will pursue this man for justice! Because a mother's blood is drawing me on. And I will hunt him down.
And I will support him! The anger over one seeking refuge is terrible among both men and gods. If he is willingly betrayed, Queen Athena, I have come at the command of Apollo. Please be kind in your reception of me, cursed as I am. Not a polluted suppliant, no, nor one with hands not cleansed, but with my guilt already blunted and washed away at other men's houses and journeys have done. I have crossed land and sea as Apollo's orders, and now I approach your house and statue, and I shall just wait here and await the outcome of judgment.
Well, here is a clear mark of the man. Follow the fighters and pointless informants.
My job searching for deer and dripping blood.
This is exhausting. We've been led all around the world.
Come on! We crossed oceans faster than ships. And now, he is cowering somewhere here. A sect of human blood smiles in greeting to me. Looking, and again.
Look at the place on every side. Don't let the match side escape unseen without paying.
Look, here he is himself, with no defense, clasping the statue of the immortal goddess. He wants to undergo trial for his accountability.
That is not possible. A mother's blood on the ground can't be put back.
What soaks into the earth once shed is gone.
Must repay us with a feast of your blood on your limbs while you live.
When I have withered you, I will lead you off to Hades, alive, to pay penalty for the match side and its horror. And you shall see too every other mortal man who has sinned, not for I must sing, a god, or a stranger, or his own parent. Hades is mortal men, great auditor beneath the earth. With the written tablets of his mind, he watches over.
My suffering has taught me how to act in any situation. When to speak and when to be quiet. The bloodshed is past. It is wasting away from my hand with the pollution of my mother's killing washed off, for while still fresh, it was driven out as Apollo's past. And the purification where young pigs were killed. My journey is a long story. I spent time with many people, and my company didn't harm them. And now my lips are pure, as I fall reverently upon the Dana! This land's patron to come and help me. And if she does, she shall have myself, my land, and all the Argive people that have true and ever faithful allies. So whether she is coming straight to me or taking her time, I pray she may come, for our God in here, even when far away, to set me free from this situation here.
Not Apollo, I tell you. Nor mighty Athena can save you from wandering in exile and neglect with happiness unknown anywhere in your heart.
You will become a shadow drained of blood to feed divine powers. Can you not even speak in reply, but spit my words back at me when you have been raised and promised for my slaughter?
Even while living, you shall be our feast. Not even slaughter is an altar.
Here are words to bind you for this fate. He can hear our hateful music.
We think clay. No one from us comes against those who hold out your hand, and each walks with a leg without harm.
But to any who sings like this man here, and concealed bloody hands, we appear as witnesses in support of the dead, exacting payment for bloodshed with authority. O night, my mother, as retribution for the blind and the sea, listen. Apollo has dishonored our rights. He has stolen the car promised with his mother's blood.
Over the one who has made our sacrifice. This is our song. Derangement, distraction, ruination of the mind. In a hymn from the fury which binds the mind. No liar's music, withering mortal men dry.
Our role was allotted by fate. Mortal men whose own bloody deeds stick to them, stick to us. We accompany them until each goes down below the earth, even after death. He is not too free.
The one who made our sacrifice. This is our song. Derangement, distraction, ruination from the mind, and a hymn from the furies which binds the mind. No lying music, withering mortal men.
Our role was decided from birth, destined to be kept away from the immortals.
No God shares a common table with us. Their clothing is unlike ours, as are their feasts.
I have taken for myself the overturning of houses. Whenever domestic warfare, raised in the house like a lion, kills family or friend, we go in pursuit of the man.
We wrestle with him, however strong he is, and weaken him, draining youth's blood.
Zeus was worried that the gods would have to suffer this with their many domestic murders. To establish immunity from our vengeance, Zeus led a trial. He presided as judge and jury, and decided that we were unworthy to converse with the gods.
Man does not know when he falls. Our maiming takes his wits away. Such a darkness of pollution hovers over him.
Brumat and much groaning speak of murk, misting over his house. This is our duty. We are resourceful. We will bring their sins to fulfillment. We are implacable to mortal men in pursuit of our allotted role. Yet dishonored and kept separate from the gods, we live without sunlight, alone.
All among mortals cannot live in holy fear and awe on us, in hearing their fate from me.
in witnessing the power of a god at its full.
An ancient privilege is resting with me, and I meet with no dishonor, although I have my home below earth, in dark, without sunlight.
From far away, I heard a cry summoning me from Troy, where I was taking first possession of a land which the Achaean leaders and chieftains had assigned to me forever, a great portion of their captured spoils, a gift picked out for Theseus' sons. From there I have come with unwearied feet, and with the fold of my ages flapping. There's a strange company here for this land. I have no fear, but the sight amazes me. Whoever are you? I mean, all of you, both this stranger seated in my temple, and you who are like no kinds of things, neither god, nor yet resembling humans.
Daughter of Zeus, we are Night's eternal children, and in our home beneath the earth we are called the Furies.
I know your family and recognize your names.
Yes, and you shall soon learn our duties.
I shall be glad to learn, if one of you will tell me.
We drive murderers from their homes.
And where does the killer get an end to his flight?
Where Hades ensures happiness has no currency at all.
Is it flight like that with which you pursue this man?
Yes! He saw fit to shed his mother's blood.
When no necessity overcame him, or did he fear someone's rancor?
What can be great enough to goad a man into killing his mother?
With two parties here, that is only half the story.
He wouldn't swear on it. You can't trust his testimony.
You want to sound just rather than to be it.
What do you mean?
An unjust case won't work by oath.
Let's put the truth to the test then. Give a straight judgment in a trial.
You would really trust me with the issue of your accusation?
Why not, if you keep showing us respect?
What do you have to say to this, stranger, in your turn? Name your country and descent and fortunes, then defend yourselves against their censure. If you really trust in justice in sitting watchfully by this statue near my hearth, give me an answer on all these points which I can understand easily.
Queen Athena, I am no suppliant for refuge, nor were my hands polluted when I sat by your statue. And I will tell you a great proof of this. There is a custom that a man with murder on his hands does not speak until the slaughter of a young animal makes him all bloody by a man who can cleanse from such bloodshed. Long ago, I received this purification with beasts, as well as river water, so your concern about my pollution to be dismissed, I tell you. And I shall quickly tell you the facts of my descent. I am an archive. And you do well to inquire about my father. Agamemnon, the men's commander in their fleet, with whom you yourself made Troy a city no more. He did not die well when he came home, but my black-hearted mother killed him, wrapping him in embroidered stuffs. And when I came home myself from the exile she imposed on me, I killed the mother who bore me, in retribution for the killing of my dearest father. And for this, Apollo shares a common responsibility, for he warned me of pains I would suffer if I didn't act against the guilty ones. But whether I acted justly or not, it is you who must decide. For however I come out of it, I shall accept your decision.
To judge this matter is greater than any mortal fate. And I certainly have no right to judge between pleas about shed blood where angers are sharp. Especially since you, Orestes, have been submissive to custom, and come in supplication to my temple, purified and harmless. These persons have an allotted role not easy to dismiss. If they do not get an outcome which brings them victory, poison from their proud spirit will later fall to the ground to be the land's intolerable everlasting sickness. This is where the matter stands. Both courses, for you to stay, Orestes, and for me to send you away, bring harsh pain if there is to be no wrath against me. But since the matter has descended suddenly upon us here, I shall assign judges for murder cases, whose judgments will not be clouded through biased minds. But to summon your witnesses and evidence, as support for your cases. After choosing the best of my citizens, I shall come back to resolve this matter in the truth.
Catastrophe now is coming from the ordinances. If a justice which is to harm a justice shall prevail, there's this man here, the matricide.
Much suffering has come to Paris if this man is found innocent. Inflicted by their own children, for we won't be able to punish them, driving them to madness.
I shall launch every desert and all men from all sides proclaiming their neighbours' troubles will try to stem or escape from a long torment, prescribing uncertain remedies in useless comfort.
And let no one call out to implore when disaster strikes at him, crying the words, "Oh, justice!" and thy furies enthroned. Thus perhaps the father or mother, with her pain still fresh, may wail and lament and sob when justice's house falls.
There is a place where terror is good. Fear keeps minds in check. It is well to learn wisdom through grief. Could anyone, any man, any city, who does not know the terror of punishment, still know justice?
Do not wish for a life of anarchy, nor a life ruled by despots.
Healthy minds, which know fear, breed prosperity, which is dear to all and greatly prayed for. In all things I say to you, respect the altar of justice. Don't kick it down with godless speed, upturning justice to try and turn a profit. For retribution and their appointed end waits.
People who honour their parents, their guests under no compulsion, will prosper. Total destruction would never be his.
The man who acts wrongly, who is violent to those he should love, finds himself like a sailor stranded in a storm. He calls on those who do not hear from the whirlpool's centre. And God laughs over a hot-headed man when he sees one who was confident that he would never be caught impotent in helpless torment and not surmounting the wave top, pleading to the empty air.
His prosperity, lifelong till then, is dashed upon justice's reef. He dies unwept, unseized.
Right. Have you gathered your evidence? And our trial may begin. While our council is coming together, it helps for the whole city, as well as these two parties, to remain silent and to hear my ordinances for all time, so that the case may be well judged. Lord Apollo, what are you doing here? Keep your authority to what is your own.
I have come both because this man is legally a suppliant and refugee, and my herb, I, his purifier from bloodshed. And to support his case, myself. I am responsible for the death of his mother. You must bring this case to trial with the best knowledge you have.
It's your turn to speak, and I'll bring this case to trial, because the plaintiff should properly be the first to tell the matter from the beginning and to explain it.
Though we are many, I will sum it up for us. Answer honestly. Did you kill your mother?
Who killed my mother? There's no denying it.
Cease! Points 1 and 3. Prove it!
You're boasting as if I'm already convicted.
Now tell us how you killed her.
Drawn sword in hand, I slit her throat.
But at whose persuasion And by whose design?
At Apollo's instructions. He's my witness.
The prophet authorized your murder.
Yes, and up till now I do not blame my fortune.
But if the vote finds you guilty, you'll start blaming your fortune.
I have my trust, and my father sent the poor from the grave.
Yes, but you're trusting corpses. Now you have killed your mother.
I did it because she murdered 2 people!
How so? Explain this to the jurors.
When she killed her husband, she killed my father.
But why does that mean your life should be spared?
And why did you not torment her like this while she was alive?
She wasn't blood related of the man she killed.
And do I have my mother's blood?
How else did she nurture you in her womb, you foul murderer? Do you reject your mother's blood, your nearest and dearest?
Apollo, now is the time for your evidence. To set out on my behalf whether I acted justly. I can't deny I did it, but please, give your opinion on if her blood was shed justly or not, so I may tell them here.
To all of you, gathered here by Athena's great ordinance, I will tell you that she was murdered justly. And as a prophet, I shall not lie. I have never, anywhere I give my prophecies about anyone, said anything other than that which was ordained by Zeus. I will tell you plainly. Understand how strong this not guilty plea is, and heed the Father's will.
The statement Zeus commanded this. But Orestes, to avenge his father, must kill his mother. But he must take no account of her motives, who she may have been avenging.
Yes. It's not the same when a man from a good family, a king, honored by Zeus, is killed by a woman. And not from any furious strike of an Amazonians, but in the way you're about to hear. Athena, together with those gathered around, who will decide by vote upon this matter. Because when he came home from the war, his plundering mostly done for the better, she welcomes him home with loyal words and affection. She paved his way with tapestry and ran him a bath. Then she netted him, trapping him down while he was vulnerable. She fettered her husband in cunning, endless robing, and cut him down. This is the man's death, now told to you, a man absolute in his majesty, the commander of the fleet. I'll end my speech here. Has this not stirred up your anger?
So it is worse than Zeus's opinion to kill a father. Then why did he himself kill his father Kronos? This is contradictory. Hey, this is contradictory. Pay attention.
You brutish, hateful creatures, altogether detested by the gods. His binds can be undone. There is remedy for that, and many a way to contrive freedom. But when the dust drinks up the blood of a man when he is dead, there is no way of raising him up at all.
See how you plead with this man's acquittal. Where he has shed his mother's blood, his own kin's on the ground. Is he then delivered his father's house in Argos?
And what houses are we to use, The public ones?
What brotherhood will permit him to his rituals of sprinkled water?
I have this to say as well, and you are to understand that what I say is right. The so-called mother is no real parent at all, but nurturer of a newly seeded embryo. The real parent is the one who mounts it!
Well, she conserves a child, like a stranger for a stranger. Those fathers not thwarted by God. I will show you proof of this argument. A witness is close at hand. The daughter of Olympian Zeus, who was not nurtured in the darkness of a womb, but is the kind of daughter no goddess could give birth to. Athena, I will make your city and your people great in other ways I have the power to do. But above all else, I have sent Orestes here as suppliant to pledge loyalty at your temple's hearth, so that you may gain him as your ally, and for later Athenian generations to honor these pledges sworn.
I think enough has been said. Shall I now order these people to bring in a considered and just verdict?
For our part, every argument we have has been laid out, and I await to hear how the issue will be decided.
And so, how am I to escape your blame in what I arrange?
You have heard what you have heard, and seen what you have seen. Cast your vote now, strangers, with respect for what you know to be right.
Now hear my ordinance, people of Athens, who are judging the pleas in the first trial for shed blood. For the future too, this council of jurors shall always exist for Jesus' people. She shall have its seat on this hill, in this ancient place the city people's reverence and the fear which is its kin will keep people from wrongdoing, by day and night alike. If the citizens themselves make no innovations in the law through evil infusions, if you politically spring with mud, you may never find a drink. I counsel you to maintain respect for what is neither anarchic nor despotic, and not to throw all fear outside the city. But who among mortal men is righteous if he fears nothing? If you go righteously in dread of such a revered body, you may have a bulwark to keep land and city safe such as none among mankind have, either among the Scythians or in Pelops' regions. Untouched by desires for gain, revered, quick to anger, the land's wakeful guardian of those asleep, this council I now establish. This has been my lengthy exhortation to my citizens of the future. Thus now, cast your votes. Is Orestes guilty or not guilty in the matter of killing his mother? You must cast your vote with respect for what you truly believe.
Our custody is very heavy for the land here. I advise you to us no dishonor in any way. I too command you, go in reverence of my own and Zeus's oracles, and not to render them fruitless.
But you concern yourself with matters of blood, when they are not your province. The prophetic shrine you occupy will no longer be stainless.
You are without honor among both gods new and old. The victory will be mine.
Always do this. You have destroyed age-old dispositions.
And when you do not win the verdict, you will soon choke on the poisonous blood you have drank.
Since you are wearing me down, young god of the elderly god, I'm awaiting till I hear the verdict. In two minds whether or not to be angry against the city.
Right. Is everyone decided? It's my business, in this case, to give my judgment. And I shall cast this vote of mine for Orestes. I do so because there is no mother who gave me birth, and I approve of men in every way, except being with them. and I am very much my father's daughter. So I will cast a higher value on the death of a woman who killed her husband, a house's guardian. Orestes wins, even if the votes say otherwise. You, jury now, cast your votes.
Phoebus Apollo, how will the issue be decided?
The night! Mother, you seeing this?
Guilty. News is to be the end for me now. Or else to see the daylight.
Yes, and thus it is extinction, or maintaining our prerogatives hereafter.
Count the votes correctly, dear sister. With reverent care against a wrong determination. When good judgment's gone away, if but a single vote comes in wrong, it can set a house upright.
Man here goes free on the charge of bloodshed. The number of votes were equal.
Queen Athena, the saviour of my house, you have restored me to my father's land when I was deprived of some. Among the Greeks, they will be saying, the man is again in Argives and living off his father's property. That makes to you, and to follow, and to Zeus, the third, the saviour, who accomplishes everything, who, from great respect for my father's death, brought me safety, upon seeing these advocates for my mother. And now I am to go home. Oh. After I have sworn on oath to your land and people here that for the whole greatness of future time no helmsman of mine will come to bring war against it, well armed and equipped. And so rejoice, and farewell, both you, goddess, and your people in the land. May armies give your enemies no escape, bringing victory and safety where you take your sword.
You, younger gods,
Aeschylus.
You have ridden them down! You have taken them out of my hands!
Yourselves.
I am dishonored. Wretch that I am, my heavy banquet releases onto its land. Woe to it!
A poison from my heart to requite mine. Dripping from below the earth, intolerable! From this, a canker, destroying leaves, destroying offspring. Oh, justice will sweep over the land with a blight and strike the men.
I am laughed at. What I suffer from you is hard to bear.
Let me persuade you to bear it without wailing. You have not been defeated, but the verdict came out with the votes truly equal. And no dishonor for you. There was a clear testimony from Zeus's will, and the prophet himself was a witness. Orestes was supposed to go free. So don't stay angry. And don't curse this land or make its crop sterile with droplets released from your lungs. I promise you, in all right, that you are to have a home, a hidden place, in a land that is righteous, seated on gleaming thrones by your altar hearths, richly in honor from these citizens. You are laughing at me.
I am disarmed.
I am laughed at! You are not dishonored. No one is laughing. Don't smite the land in your anger, goddesses. I too have my trust in Zeus, and what need I say? Let me persuade you. And don't throw out wild-tongued threats against the land for little things which bear crops to do badly. Lull the waves of your black anger and its bitter force to sleep. But you are to be armed with awe, and be the sharer of my home. When you have the first fruits of this land forevermore, sacrifices made for children and for marriage's fulfillment, you will be grateful for my speech.
That I should suffer this. To see pollution go on without punishment.
Oh, the shame! The hurt! What is this pain growing deep into my thighs?
Listen, Mother Knight, I am taken from my age-old duties by the gods' irresistible trickery. I am made ecstatic.
I shall bear with your anger, or the older. Yet while there are many things in which you are a great deal wiser than I, Zeus gave good sense to me also, in no mean way. If you go to the country of a different people, you will long passionately for this land here, I foretell. Because time as it flows onward will bring ever more honour to these citizens. And you yourselves with an honoured home will receive more from processions of men and women than you would ever get from other mortals. You will not provoke bloodshed here, or stir up war between my citizens. We have enough of that abroad. Birds should peck at their own chicks. If you choose to stay here, to do good, you will receive good, and live where the gods honour most.
I am made into nothing!
I will not tire in telling you the good things, so you can never say you were dismissed from this land without honour or hospitality. An ancient goddess rejected by a younger one, myself, and the mortal men who hold the city. Know it. If you will allow me to persuade you with my soothing words, then please stay. But if you wish to leave, you would not be right to let any wrath or rancour weigh down upon this city, or harm for her people. You can have a home in this land, and be rightly held in honour, forever.
Queen Athena, what home do you say I have?
One untroubled by all distress. Accept it, I beg you.
And suppose we do accept, what duty would remain for us?
To ensure that all the households thrive. None can without you.
Will you yourself ensure this? For so much power to be mine?
Yes. The man who reveres you will have me to keep his fortunes safe and sure.
You promise? It'll be for all time.
Yes. I never make an empty promise.
You will win me over, it seems. I am giving up my rage.
So now that you are in the land, you will acquire new friends.
What then do you want me to do for this land?
Such things as attend victories not badly won, for these to come from the earth, and from the waters of the sea, and from the heaven, for the winds to come to the land, blowing its breath amid happy sunshine, for an abundant, thriving yield for citizens from soil, and beasts not to fail with time, and for safety for its human seed. May you bring more to birth who are reverent, because like a man husbanding his crops, I cherish this nation of righteous men in freedom from sorrow. Such things lie with yourselves. And in war's glorious conflicts I shall myself not tolerate a lack of honour among men for this city, or its people's victories.
I will accept a home with Athena, and I will not dishonour this city.
For this city I make my prayer, and prophecy with kind intent, good fortune to benefit its life, prosperity blooming everywhere.
I do this from goodwill to the citizens here, in settling in this very place great deities who are hard to placate. Those who have not committed a great crime, but still meet their wrath, they place the blame with their ancestors.
I speak now of my favour. May no persistent disease invade, destroying the crops.
I wish the animals to thrive, carrying young.
May the soil grow from the richness in the soil. Drink at the appointed time the gods' gifts of rain.
Do you hear this, guardians of the city? The nature of these undertakings. The sovereign Furies have great power among both the mortals and those under the earth. In the case of men, it is clear they work their will to fulfillment, giving some cause for singing, for others a life with eyes dimmed by tears.
I forbid misfortunes, killing men untimely.
I am delighted by this, these blessings to my land.
I pray too that civil strife, insatiable for harm, never clamors in this city.
May the dust never drink its people's blood. From counter killings is rage and retribution. May the people reciprocate joys based on sharing friendship, and may they show hate with a single mind, for this remedies much among men.
Are they minded to find a path for their tongues to be kind? If with goodwill towards goodwill you always do them great honour, you'll keep your city straight in justice.
Greetings! Rejoice in your destiny of riches!
Greetings, people of Athens, so dear to the dear maiden daughter seated hard by Zeus.
You rejoice as well, but I must go in front to show you your chambers by the holy flame light of these escorts. Come, settle in our home.
Come into your home, O great and honour-loving children of the night, for you are far more wise than children.
Come, enter your new home in cordial procession with us. Deep in the earth's hidden primeval places, may you receive high respect from sacrificial honours.
This is your home now. Welcome.
Enter your home with eagerness.
I thank you for these blessings. Come to your rightful home.